Seems like most everybody that I've talked to has had a favorite pet sometime along in their lifetime. I've had a lot of what I would consider to be favorite pets because I'm an animal lover, and every pet that I've ever had I've loved dearly, but there's one that stands out above the rest, and that's a bulldog named Spike, an English bulldog. I had pets as I grew up. I had a little old terrier dog when I was real little named Spot. And then after Spot passed on, I got another dog as a kid uh, named Tiger. And then after Tiger passed on, I had another dog named Rosie. And then I didn't have any more dog pets until I got up married, cats and dogs. Had several of them over the years. But my husband told me when we got married, we lived in an apartment, and he says, well, now you can't have no dogs here in this apartment. He said, that ain't going to work. He says, I'll tell you what, we'll save up and we'll buy a house. And when we buy a house, you can get you a dog. Well, what he failed to understand was that I'm a farm girl, and we don't stop at just one. We have to have a herd of everything. So we saved up, we bought a house, had a nice fenced yard to it, and I decided that I wanted a bulldog. I'd made up my mind. I wanted an English bulldog. I'd studied up on them. I'd read up on them. I knew everything there was pretty much to know about them that you could read up on. There was a lot to learn once you had one, actually. But that's what I wanted, was a bulldog. So I went to searching for the right dog, and I found a puppy that just stole my heart. And his name was Spike. Well, I got Spike, and then I accumulated several more bulldogs while we lived there in town. And he swore up and down I was going to get us kicked out of town because we weren't supposed to have that many dogs. But these were show dogs. I took them to the AKC shows and stuff. They weren't just mongrels, and they weren't just stuck out in a doghouse someplace. These were family house with us. And Spike, since he was such a little baby when I got him, I pampered him a lot, and he bonded with me. And I swear we had a telepathic connection between the two of us. He knew what I was thinking, and I knew what he was thinking. We was on the same wavelength. Spike and I'd go do the dog shows together, and he knew what I wanted out of him before I even asked him to do it. He was quite the dog. My stepson even showed him in a 4-H show, and the dog knew more than the boy did on what he was supposed to do. The boy screwed up. The dog did what it was supposed to do, and the judge laughed. Uh, but that was some dog. And when he passed on in a ripe old age, I really missed that dog. And I've had several other bulldogs over the years since he passed on. And I've had other breeds of dogs too. I've had Weimaraners and Rottweilers and German Shepherds, and right now I have Australian Shepherds, and I loved them all, and I love the ones that I have dearly, but there ain't never any dog that's ever compared to Spike. He was some dog. And I think everybody has had that favorite pet that they've loved dearly and they've had a bond with. And it can be any kind of a critter. It could be a farm animal, it could be a fish, it could be a bird, some kind of poultry, who knows? But you've all had that special connection with a critter. And to say that they don't have feelings and that they don't know what's going on, you'd really be kidding yourself, because they know far more than you give them credit for. As a matter of fact, I think some of them are far more intelligent than a lot of people are, but hey, you didn't hear me say that.